Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the Morning Blend Extra. Today is Friday, finally Friday, and it is August 9th, and I'm DJ Baker. Have a lot to talk about on today's show. First, how to help first-time students. Inflation concerns are still affecting businesses, and we have Toad Hall here with Screw City Vintage. But first, let's take a look at our gorgeous weather forecast. It's not every day you see a forecast this nice, especially in the middle and the beginning parts of August. You won't hear any complaints from me. We'll get up to a high of 73 degrees today, plentiful amounts of sunshine, few fair weather clouds mixed in here and there. We're going to see some breezy conditions this afternoon with wind gusts near 25 miles per hour out of the northwest. As we head overnight tonight, clear skies are going to allow for us to cool rather quickly, getting down to 51 degrees. And I can't rule out in a few spots getting below that 50-degree mark and into the upper 40s, meaning that we will have our first 40-degree temperature since June 11th. Yes, it's been that long. As we head into Saturday, wind gusts are going to go down to about 20 miles per hour, a high of 75. And as we progress on through, only a degree or two increase each day. 78 degrees for Sunday and Monday, then up to 81 degrees for us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. As we head into the middle and end of next week, can't rule out maybe some showers, maybe a rumble or two, but as of now, we are looking very dry over the next couple of days. So if there is a time to get outside, well, this is absolutely going to be that time and really get to make the most out of it. And speaking of outside, let's take a look outside. It is our primetime audio video East State Street cam, and I want to stick with weather a little bit longer here as the American Red Cross is saying that some extreme weather is playing a key role in dangerously low donations, which is leading to emergency situations. CNN reporter Mandy Gaither explains how the weather is wreaking havoc on the nation's blood supply and how you can help.
From record heat to hurricanes, the American Red Cross says the weather is playing a key role in blood drive cancellations across the country. Nearly 100 impacted in the U.S. last month alone, and now the organization is feeling the burn.
It's an emergency.
With vacations and other summer activities, the Red Cross typically sees fewer donations this time of year, but with added weather challenges, the organization says its blood inventory plunged more than 25% in July, while hospital needs remain the same. And hurricane season is ramping up, which could raise demand even more.
The American Red Cross does have a national inventory system such that no region will go without blood, but that means it's just that much more important for the areas that are not impacted for individuals to come out and donate.
All blood types are needed, but especially type O, positive and negative. In recent weeks, the Red Cross says low supplies have forced a reduction in how much of this critical blood type it's able to provide to hospitals.
There are traumas, burn patients, patients with cancer, women in labor and delivery, heart surgeries. Those are going on all the time, around the clock. And so as the summer rolls on and you're busy, just please remember the people that are in hospitals today.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
You know, we're going to stick with Mandy Gaither here, as heading back to school can be an exciting time for many students. But if they are going to school for the very first time, that can bring its own challenges. Again, we'll stick with Mandy Gaither as she speaks with a licensed therapist on how to help first-time students succeed this school year.
From summer fun to the classroom, it can be a tough transition for anyone, especially those who have never done it before.
When a child's going to school for the first time, it can be really hard for everyone.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says new and unfamiliar things can be scary for both a parent and their first-time student. She says you can help your child succeed by tackling unknowns, arm them with social skills.
Having other kids come over, setting up play dates where they can just interact and play and practice those skills of talking to each other.
Baumstein says to also practice naming feelings, since children often don't have the words to describe their emotions. Help them learn to ask for help, something they may not be experienced at doing with someone unfamiliar like a new teacher. And teach coping skills to help with different emotions.
It's like closing their eyes, counting to 10, taking slow, deep breaths, using their senses to kind of bring them back and ground them in the present moment. These are things that can really calm the body, calm the mind.
Baumstein says prioritizing good quality sleep as well as reducing after-school screen time is also important and can make time for healthy things like physical activity and social connection.
Really empower them to start to take control and do things that make themselves feel better.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Disney parks need to wish upon a star while they are facing a slowing consumer demand due to their higher prices. The Home of the Mouse says that the domestic park business underperformed expectations last quarter. Princes and princesses attendance still remained steady and spending on money at the park, but the inflation issue wouldn't stay frozen. Along with new technology and rides eating into their profits, however, their streaming service was a gift from the fairy godmother because it turned a profit for the first time after it was decided that it should bump up its prices when it comes to the Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. I personally love ESPN Plus, so paying a little bit extra for all the sports that I watch, okay. Well, other fast food giants are suffering from inflation-weary customers, but Taco Bell might be just succeeding. The success Taco Bell is seeing is being credited to the one-item value menu. The global Mexican fast food phenomenon found that its U.S. sales grew in the second quarter by 5%. Other fast food joints have found their sales to be dropping. Taco Bell has highlighted their value menu because it consists of unique items, not just junior-sized versions of the core menu items. And personally, for me, love the little dollar tacos. Maybe get the ones soft shell, I think, is my personal favorite, and can't forget the hot sauce with all the toppings. Well, coming up after the break, we have a few guests to talk about where you can get vintage gear or a new book or CD. We'll talk with Nick Naruse from Toad Hall Books and Records and Alan and Jacob from Screw City Vintage. That's coming up right after the break.
Thousands of people are using the WIFR app on their smart TV. And you can too. Using your remote control, go to your TV's homepage. Locate the search option and type in WIFR. Select and download. From there, you'll be connected and ready to stream full newscasts, stories on demand, and exclusive content. It's all free and all from the news team you know and trust. WIFR.
Unpredictable weather on the horizon? Stay ahead of the storms with the WIFR First Alert weather app. Get personalized notifications, a detailed 10-day forecast, watch video updates from your most trusted weather team, and up-to-the-minute information with live radar. It's not just an app. It's your weather guardian to help you plan your day. Don't guess the weather. Anticipate it. Download the WIFR First Alert weather app for free now and take control of your day. Mike Garrigan. Accurate. Dependable. Honest. Anna Marie Schutt. Credible. Genuine. Urgent. Together they bring a strong voice and a fresh perspective to the state line and lead a team that shares stories that matter to you. Mike Garrigan and Anna Marie Schutt. People you can count on. Only on WIFR. It's access to stories where you live. Now. Your live videos and newscasts. Now. Your portal to sending us pics and videos. Now. Your connection to sports in the state line. Now. Your way to keep up with us. Now. And your breaking news alerts. Now. No matter where you are, stay updated. Now. With the WIFR News app.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Blend Extra. We're now joined by Nick Naruse from Toad Hall, as well as Alan and Jacob from Screw City Vintage. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing great.
Feeling good.
It's hard to complain on a day like today, weather-wise.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to get out and even go shopping, which luckily you guys have just what some people are looking for.
That's right.
So let's kick things off, maybe on the older, more vintage side. What is Screw City Vintage?
So Screw City Vintage is basically a vintage clothing shop that curates and has a bunch of clothing items that range from the 70s to the early 2000s and stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be opening August 17th. We have all sorts of stuff. We're really focusing on clothing because we have our friends right here that do records, and we have some friends next door that are going to be doing toys and all that stuff. So it's mainly clothes, but like he said, all sorts of stuff, 70s to even some modern stuff. But Most modern's going to be early
Yeah.
2000s.
What made you guys want to getting into the vintage business and item collecting?
Yeah, so back in 2018, that's when I first started out doing all this like vintage clothing and stuff. That's when I found out that that even existed, right? So yeah, that's mostly from there. There used to be a show on Netflix that showcased a guy that had a shop out in Tucson, and from there he would showcase like different items, different pieces that he had collected from that time period, right? And to me, I just thought it was really cool, and the fact that you could find it anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
estate sales, garage sales,
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah. So let's go from old to new. What's new at Toad Hall?
So at Toad Hall, of course, records, books, comics. We're always doing new records. We do classic records. But the big story is really our neighbors, Screw City Vintage coming in next door. We got Beach Boys Toys next door to them. So all three businesses all celebrating in one spot. You can park and hit all three of us. The other cool things we're doing, I got this, check out this foam core. The new Post Malone record comes out next Friday, and we have started doing listening parties.
Ah.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can come and listen to a new record and hear it before everybody else.
Wow.
We're doing it this Saturday, but then the record comes out the following Friday. So we're doing this for a lot of different artists, but this one just happens to be this
Post
week.
Malone, yeah. So what new records or CDs do you guys have? Because kind of speaking on new, I know obviously the Post Malone record you probably have.
No, not till next Friday, but yeah, we'll have. We're here for all the new releases. So everything from Post there to all your classics, all your your Nirvanas and
Yeah.
your Fleetwood Macs.
Yeah.
But yeah, any new release, whether it's Katy Perry, we got it all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's swing back over toward the vintage side. What items do you have behind me? I see the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, yes, yes.
Great movie. I mean,
Great movie.
granted, yeah, it's a little cheesy now with all the CG, but that's just an awesome looking
Marcy
CG.
Jack.
Yeah, this one's really cool. Actually, probably the coolest thing about this one is that this actually glows in the dark. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's got a hefty price tag on it. Some of these this one specifically, since it's a promo for Mars Attack. But
What year is that one from?
this one, let's see the bottom. This one is from 1996.
Wow.
So pretty cool. But we got all sorts of stuff here. Alan has a few things from his collection
Yeah.
as well.
So we actually have a couple Bulls tees over here at the moment. Have this one that also glows in the dark as well once you charge it up.
Hey,
Then you have this one over
who would've
here.
thought?
It shows, big old bull with the denim vest, cut off sleeve, shirt on there.
Yeah.
These are again all from the 90s.
Yep.
We have some wrestling tees, some sports tees,
Yes, sir.
some rock, some Adidas, soccer stuff.
All that stuff. Yes.
So I know fashion trends are like always going from one to the next. How do
Yep.
you guys stay up to date with the styles?
Yeah, so for the most part, I mean, we always do events, right? We always try to take from I guess you would call it like a first-person perspective of it,
Yeah.
where you see people wearing, what they like, and as well as their fashion taste and all that, and you see what's going on. With all that, you also have Instagram, you also have TikTok, you have a bunch of these
Yeah.
social media places that, showcases what everyone else is wanting, what else people, are wearing and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, social media revived all like the vintage, like in a mass scale. Social media revived
Yeah.
it. So social media is a great way to find what people are wearing, style is just everything on there. I mean, there's so many influencers and content creators that are just so focused on dressing well and making sure people know what's up, what's going on.
Let's stay vintage, but we'll jump over to you, Toad Hall.
Absolutely.
What is Vintage Rock Block?
So the Vintage Rock Block, like I said, is the three of us. So it's Toad Hall, been there for 50 years,
Yeah.
celebrating 50 years. Jeremy from Beach Boys Toys is just down the block.
Yeah.
So you can park in our lot, you can walk and hit him, Vintage Toy Store. And these guys open in a week from Saturday,
Yeah.
grand opening.
Yep.
So you can hit all three of us. Like I said, we're all gonna have a sale starting next Saturday for their grand opening, both Jeremy at Beach Boys and at Toad Hall. So it's we pulled this all together
Yeah.
for many years to bring all of the pieces to have a little rack block. There is a card shop up the block, and there's another comic store that does only new comics the other way. So there's a lot of good vintage going on in our part of the city.
Yeah. Okay, one last question for each of you. First, let's do Screw City Vintage. What are your kind of long-term goals for the store?
Yeah, so I believe we plan on, of course, growing, right, as time goes on. We plan on obviously making sure that we're able to curate more and more items for people, right, to come over and shop with us and stuff. I don't know what else you want to add.
I mean, honestly, just day by day trying to do the best we can. You know, we not only do we want to have cool stuff, but we also just want to make an impact on, you know, the people that come into our store and also just the community we're around. I mean, vintage is coming in hot. We got a lot of people we're going to be with and working with, so it'll be cool. And you know, obviously, it'll be great for us. You know, it'll help us pursue our dreams, but also we want to make an impact on the people that we see.
And one last question for you. Where can we find all this whole rock block where everybody can kind of go, have one kind of all-encompassing place to go to find all the stuff that they could want?
The corner of Broadway and 17th is kind of the head of it. You could put in, you know, Toad Hall into your GPS, and you'll find they're across the street. You can't miss them.
Yeah.
So Broadway and 17th, if you have any idea where the viaduct is, where you drive underneath train tracks, we're all right there. So yeah, that's the vintage rock block, and we're there. We're ready for you guys.
Yeah.
Back to school shopping. I mean,
Hey, I know
these guys are opening at a good time.
I know a lot of good fashions coming out of that store. I mean, a lot of cool shirts back there. Sadly, none of them look my size. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. And while that's a fun activity to do, especially next Friday to have the Post Malone listening, and then next Saturday to see you guys open, we also have some stuff going on around the state line, as we do have the Boone County Fair to talk about. That's coming up when we come back.
Thousands of people are using the WIFR app on their smart TV. And you can too. Using your remote control, go to your TV's homepage. Locate the search option and type in WIFR. Select and download. From there, you'll be connected and ready to stream full newscasts, stories on demand, and exclusive content. It's all free and all from the news team you know and trust. WIFR.
Unpredictable weather on the horizon? Stay ahead of the storms with the WIFR First Alert Weather app. Get personalized notifications, a detailed 10-day forecast, watch video updates from your most trusted weather team, and up-to-the-minute information with live radar. It's not just an app. It's your weather guardian to help you plan your day. Don't guess the weather. Anticipate it. Download the WIFR First Alert Weather app for free now and take control of your day. Mike Garrigan. Accurate. Dependable. Honest. Anna Marie Schutt. Credible. Genuine. Urgent. Together they bring a strong voice and a fresh perspective.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Blend Extra. The Boone County Fair is still going strong for the weekend, featuring many more events and shows. The fair, held at the Boone County Fairgrounds in Belvedere, is a fan favorite because of the events, vendors, and shows they have to offer. This weekend's highlights are a tractor pull, 4-H animal competitions, demolition derbies, and country artists Scott McCreery and Graylin James. There is something for every family to enjoy at this 6-day-long event, and I can tell you, that weather is going to be hold up very, very nice. But make sure you're putting on your sunscreen and you're reapplying once every 2 hours. Gotta say, love myself a fair, love myself some corn dogs. Thank you so much for joining us.